Okay, hey, how's everybody doing out there? I meant to make this video probably like a month or so ago. Um, basically, I don't have much money for gaming anymore, so I had watched a lot of videos. A good one was Flea Market Madness with that Pat the NES Punk or Pat Contry. Another one being now the videos of OK Chief 420. And a lot of these guys will go out and they go to thrift stores and they find a lot of good games and sometimes even really rare and valuable games in thrift stores for cheap. Unfortunately, I live near the southwest side of Chicago, or the southwest suburbs of Chicago, I should say, and the Goodwill store near me doesn't really price their games the way I've seen it, as low as I've seen it as other places. And by that I mean that I've seen people go and pick up CDI games for 99 cents, or Super Nintendo games in box for $2 with the manual and everything else. Fortunately, this one they don't go by the CD prices and the DVD prices, which would have been awesome because it's like $2 for DVDs, and I think it's like either $1 or $1.99 for CDs. Like I said, it's been a while. I should have made this video a while back. I haven't done this recently. But the total of this, and then also I bought the book Moneyball, which is the factual book based on the movie that they made later on, for 50 cents. And I also bought a PS2 game for the friend that was with me, for her PS2, which I have a picture of, which I'll put all the still pictures of the other kind of cool video game stuff that was there when I'm done with this. Excuse the slight blur. One thing I did mess up on, a couple things. When you see the picture of the DualShock PS1, I did not open the disc, the disc cover to see if there was anything in there, which would have been a good idea. I also did not look through the VHS videos as much as I should to see if there were any box games in them. But kind of this time, it's kind of apt that the game, the con, is sitting there, because I kind of conned myself when I checked the prices later. I do plan on doing this again, hopefully in the near future. Right now it's not possible. But however, I did pick up some things, and I'm not totally unhappy. The total of this plus another PS2 game and that book, which was in good condition, was $9.99, so just under $10. They did have other stuff there, which I took some pictures of as well, which you'll see after the actual video part of this. But anyway, what I found was Dukes of Hazzard Racing for Home for the PS1, unfortunately the Greatest Hits Edition. It's still, I don't know, because usually the Greatest Hits Editions I thought were not supposed to have any kind of coloring on the discs or anything, but for some reason this one does. I don't know if that's normal for this one, but anything. But the box is, the case is beat up, which is easily replaced. But, the game was fine. Like everything else that I found, there's no real big scratches on it or anything. I checked all of that. Of course, the manual's in there and everything. And it's, the one thing is, I don't plan on really reselling stuff unless, like I said, I can't afford gaming. The only reason I would resell anything was because, I want to buy something else that I actually want. So, this I might actually resell because I have no interest in the Dukes of Hazzard or really racing genre in general. But, that was that one, which isn't bad. I mean, it's a Greatest Hits game. So, I mean, my important thing is, too, even right now I don't have any working systems minus a PSP and a GameCube where the lasers kind of died out on it, unfortunately, which is kind of screwy because GameStop sold it to me in late 2012. I barely used it, and now it's, a refurbished one now. It's kind of broken. But the cool thing about this is, as weird as it is, I know people, you see sports titles all over the place, and there's definitely a lot of them there too, but I actually love basketball, and I love collecting basketball games. So inside here at the bottom was NBA Live 06 for PS2, which is kind of cool because, like I said, I want to collect basketball games as well as trying to get all the Legend of Zelda and the Castlevania games complete in box and all that. That's actually one of my things that I would like to collect kind of a deal, as well as getting into buying a PS2 somehow pretty cheap and starting to collect PS2 games. So you have that one, and then you have Lord of the Rings Return of the King, which again, it's $1.99 on GameStop used. I paid more than that, and same thing with the con. Again, like I said, it's kind of a con, especially since I do have a working PSP and I played that thing. Oh god, if you're looking to buy a game just to buy it, do not buy that. The name is very apt. But anyway, Lord of the Rings, Return of the King, there is no manual in there. and the box is kind of spinny and broken, but you know, the DVD itself is actually in good condition, and the game itself, which is something I actually would play, actually gets a pretty good rating. So I'm actually kind of happy with this by itself, because I'll actually play that once I buy a PS2 or a PS3 that's compatible with PS2. So that one was actually pretty cool. And then the con, which I said is a big con, it's a garbage game, and it's listed for 99 cents, and I will tell you I paid about $2 over that, which isn't horrible or anything else, but still, after I played the game, it is very horrible. But it has the manual and everything else, and the UMD, and unfortunately the box is very flimsy for the UMD. It doesn't really hold it whatsoever. So there's that. Then, like I said, the other person I bought for them a PS2 drag racing game by the same people that make Fallout, Skyrim, and all that. Now this is actually kind of cool. And the other one I didn't mention was LGR Thrifts, and kind of like that guy that does the LGR Thrifts, the lazy game reviews. I love SimCities, I love, you know, Civilization games and all that stuff. And even though it's for Pocket PC, first you have to put it onto your regular PC. And the cool thing about this is it was really cheap for this, and I don't have an official copy of SimCity. The disc is fine, you know, and the manual is all in there and everything. So, you know, that wasn't too bad. So, I mean, really, even though this one, and like I said, if I go, and it might not be anytime soon, and I make more of these videos, even though I didn't really get a great deal, so to speak, because of the prices that I found online, I would say that pretty much, you know, for $10, I mean, this is, you know, I kind of went in there with the idea of, hey, I've watched LGR Thrifts, I've watched these guys go into thrift stores and find all these games and everything, and does it actually work? It does. There's tons of stuff there if you go out and you check it out. Unfortunately, one of the local thrift stores, the one that I visited first, for the first outing, is a little bit overpriced, but I mean, for $10, it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games, and, you know, a book. So, I mean, as far as that is going, as the original retail price is fine, but the resale value, it's kind of garbage. These two, obviously, I'm going to eventually probably try to get rid of or sell, or see if somebody wants them and trade or whatever. These three I'm obviously keeping, because I wouldn't mind playing this one. I want to collect basketball games, and we'll play that one on my PC. And after this, there'll be a little short photo montage of the other stuff that was there that was video game related. I do have to mention, before anybody says anything, you're going to see a Batman Sunsoft NES box in the pictures. And the thing about that is you're going to go, well, was there a game in there? No, there was no game in the Sunsoft NES Batman box. However, that is one of the ways I messed up, besides not checking the game systems for games inside and not looking for the VHS stuff thoroughly, because even though the game wasn't in there and the box was beat up, the instruction manual was in there, the game sleeve was in there, and all the other little, you know, registration junk and Nintendo Power junk, whatever else was in there, was also in there. And the box by itself on eBay goes for $10. The cartridge by itself you can buy for $10, and from what I've seen, the box games, and I could be wrong on all this, guys, I'm not a total expert as of yet, it was usually going for like $30 to $50, so I probably could have even got that box for free and just told the lady, hey, look, it's an empty box, there's nothing in it, can I give you a quarter for it, or $1? And I could have resold it for $10 and bought a game, or bought something that I actually wanted, or used it for bills or whatever else. Unfortunately, that was my screw up. But I don't want to make this a 10,000 year long video about this. This plus another game that you'll see will be the first picture up, is about $10, plus the Moneyball book. And next time I do it, I'm actually going to try to actually do filming inside the stores and stuff like other people do. This time I didn't do that, but hopefully this is not the last time I make one of these videos. And like I said, this was a month ago, and for $10 you really can't beat it still, even though I slightly got ripped off on the prices. And this is definitely something that I would avoid if you actually want to play a game, because this is just a piece of garbage. But yeah, see you guys next time, and thanks a lot.